Have you ever stared at a mountain of text, like thousands of customer reviews or a huge pile of articles, and wondered, what are people really talking about in here? Well, today we're diving into topic modeling. It's a super powerful technique that acts like a detective, automatically finding the hidden ideas buried inside all that text.
So here's the roadmap for our journey today. First, we'll talk about why just counting words isn't enough. Then we'll introduce the main event, topic modeling itself. After that, we're going to peek under the hood to see how the most popular method, LDA, actually thinks about documents. Then we'll uncover the clever process it uses to find those hidden topics. And finally, we'll see how we turn its output into actual, useful insights.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, moving beyond simple word counts. To really appreciate the solution, you gotta understand the problem we're all facing with text data.
I mean, think about it. We are absolutely swimming in text. You've got websites, social media feeds, internal reports, support tickets. It is everywhere. Trying to read through all of that manually to find the main themes, it's just not possible. So how do we tackle this at scale? Well, the most basic approach is just counting words, right? And that's okay. It'll tell you that the words delivery and late show up a lot. But it doesn't connect the dots. It doesn't tell you that those words are part of a bigger idea, a theme, like shipping problems. That's where topic modeling comes in. It doesn't just see words, it sees the ideas the words represent.
So yeah, counting words only gets you so far before you hit a wall. So let's move on and introduce a much smarter way to figure out what's really going on in your text.
In a nutshell, topic modeling is a way to automatically discover the hidden thematic structure in a huge collection of documents. And the key words there are automated and discover. You don't have to give it a list of topics beforehand. It finds them all on its own, straight from your data.
Now, there are a few ways to do this, but the big one, the one most people use, is an algorithm called latent dirichlet analysis. Yeah, it's a mouthful. So everyone just calls it LDA. And we're going to focus on LDA to see how this magic really happens. To really get what LDA is doing, you have to understand how it sees the world. It's all built on this really elegant, kind of backward idea about how a document is even created in the first place.
So what is this big idea? Well, LDA is based on a generative story. It basically pretends that every single document you give it was written by following a simple two-step probabilistic recipe. Let's break that recipe down. Okay, step 1 of the recipe is this. LDA assumes that every topic is basically just a bag of related words. A topic isn't a single word, it's a theme. So, the big data topic here has a high probability of including words like Hadoop, Java, and HBase. They all belong together. And this chart shows the second key assumption perfectly. Any given document isn't about just one thing. It's a unique blend, a cocktail of multiple topics. So this document right here, it's about 60% big data, maybe 30% statistics, and a little 10% splash of machine learning. Every document has its own unique recipe. Okay, so that's the theory. Documents are mixtures of topics, and topics are mixtures of words. It's a great story, but it leaves us with one massive question. The topics are latent, which is just a fancy word for hidden. So how on earth do we find them? Right? All we have are the final documents, just the words on the page. We don't get to see that recipe of topics that supposedly created them. So how does an algorithm like LDA actually work backward and reverse engineer this whole thing to find those hidden topic mixtures?
The answer is a really clever process called gibbs sampling. You can think of it as a methodical puzzle solver. It starts by making a complete random guess, and then, step by step, it improves that guess over and over and over again until the answer becomes clear.
So here's how it works. Imagine every word in your documents is a person in a big room. At first, you just randomly assign each person to a topic team, total chaos. Then you go to one person, one word, and you look at two things. First, what other teams are represented in their document? And second, what kinds of people are already on Team A, Team B, and so on. Based on that, you ask, which team do you most likely belong to? You give them a new team jersey. Then you move to the next person, and the next, and the next. You do this thousands of times, and slowly but surely, the teams start making sense. People who belong together end up on the same team. That is exactly what gibbs sampling does with words and topics.
Okay, so the computer has been iterating thousands of times, sorting all the words onto their proper teams. After all that hard work, what do we actually get? What does the output look like?
Well, this is what it spits out. It's not a list of neat labels like big data or databases. No,
For each topic it discovered, it just gives you a list of the words that are most characteristic of that topic. At this point, the machine has done its part. It found the statistical patterns. Now the baton gets passed to us.
This is the crucial final step. We, the humans, look at these word lists and we provide the meaning. We see Java, big data, and Hadoop, and we say, okay, that's the big data topic. We see HBase, Postgres, and MongoDB, and we label that databases. What this does is transform that messy, unstructured text into clean, structured, thematic data. It's like turning a giant text blob in your database into something you can actually group by, count, and analyze.
And this quote really hits the nail on the head. The algorithm is brilliant at finding the patterns, but it has no idea what they mean. We provide the context and the labels. This is really where the science of data analysis meets the art of interpretation.
And really, that brings us to the final thought here. With a technique like this in your toolbox, you can start looking at all the text data around you, customer feedback, research papers, emails, and ask a powerful new question. What are the hidden conversations, the latent themes just waiting to be uncovered here?
If this helped you get a better handle on topic modeling, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of data science. Thanks so much for watching.